Hi guys, so I'm back with another tutorial, and this time I'm tackling a very small pocket-sized mini album which is perfect for Valentines and very quick to create. So the paper pack that I'll be using is Vintage Roses by Craft Angles, and I just wanted to show you the beautiful sheets that come in this pack. So these are all the designs that you see, and the designs that you currently see are the ones which I'll be using. So I start off with 4 sheets of 12 by 12, and I'll be cutting them down to 4 inches by 8 inches using my Fiskars trimmer. So these 4 sheets will make the inside of our album. Once we have the 4 pieces of 4 inches by 8 inches ready, I'll be scoring them at half. So you can use a scoring board for this, which I'll be using later on in my project, or you can directly fold them in half using just the paper and your fingers. So this is how we'll be assembling them. We'll be sticking them back to create a booklet like so. So I'll be using red tacky tape as shown to stick the two pages to each other. So what this will do is it will create a double-sided paper, so double-sided base for your mini album without using cardstock or anything. So this is a very quick project that you can literally complete in an hour with embellishment, and you don't need any cardstock or anything. You just have pattern papers and you are done. So once the red tacky tape is all stuck, you'll be assembling the pages in the book as shown. So this is pretty self-explanatory and very easy. So I'll let you go through the same. When you're sticking, just make sure that the seams all come on one side. So wherever the folds are there, they make sure that they come on one side, and the other side, the flap side which is open, is on the other side, like how I am doing here while sticking all the papers. So once we are done with the assembling of the inside pages as shown in the video, we'll move to the cover of the album. For the cover of the album, we'll need 2 sheets of 11.75 by 4.25 inches, and then I'll be sticking them back to create a double-sided pattern paper. Now if you are using a double-sided pattern paper, you can skip this step. All the measurements used in this video, I will write it down below in the description, so that if you want, you can easily just read the measurements below and recreate the album. So once the cover page is ready, we will be scoring it at 4 inches, 4.25 inches, 8.25 inches and 8.5 inches from the left side. Once the cover page is ready, which it will fold like so, you need to stick the pattern pages that we have created at the base of the cover page, as I am showing in the video right now. Now for decorating this album, I have kept the decoration very simple, and I am using the elements from the elements pack of the same paper, which is Vintage Roses by Craftangles, and I am also using the pre-printed sentiment sheets by Craftangles, which is Love Sentiments. So I'll be using the black sentiments on this album. Along with that, I'll also use some resin frame for the front of the album. Again, everything that I use, I'll link it down below in the description. So here you can see that I'm just assembling various elements to create the layout on each and every page of the album. So I've kept the entire process for you, so that you can have a look, and if there are any queries for me, please comment down below and I'll surely reply to them. The process is fairly self-explanatory. I use the flowers from the element pack to create the pockets for my album, and in pockets I have normally used the other like old labels or old postcards, etc., which are also the elements from the same paper pack, and I'm using them as a pockets for my album, which where if someone wanted, they can stick album photos on top of it, or they can write on the back of it, etc. So to add even more vintage feel to the album as well as the elements, I am using some walnut stain distress ink, and I am distressing the edges as well as the elements from the elements pack, which will create the pockets, and to add some shades of brown basically, and making the album more vintage. Now for the closing mechanism of this album, I am just using some ribbons which will help for the closure of the album. The colors of the ribbons that I am using is pink and brown, which is very similar to the paper that I am using. And to fasten the ribbon on the top of the paper, I'll be using some Fevicol, and then I will hide that using the frame and the sentiment, which will make the front of my album. So again, the process is fairly simple. I am showing it in the video, and if you follow it through, you'll be easily able to replicate the same. This ribbon is something which has been in my stash for like years and years, so unfortunately I won't be able to link it down below, but these are sheer ribbons which you Google, you will be able to find many options. Like you'll be able to find it in the stationery shops near you. Now wherever I am creating the pocket, as you can see here, using the elements like the elements roses, where I'll be tucking the old postcards, etc. Now to create this pocket, I am using some double-sided foam tape which will give me the elevation and a tucking point to tuck those postcards, etc. in the pocket. So the foam tape is very important because you need some dimension so that you can tuck the postcards inside that elements. So guys, that was the video for today. I hope you like the video and you like the album that I have created. If you did like it, don't forget to like, comment and do consider subscribing. I'll leave you with some close-ups of the mini album. As always, if you have any queries or any doubts regarding this album or any of my videos, just comment below and I'll reply to them. And I'll see you in my next video with another tutorial. Till then, happy crafting.